Even before the lights rose on the stage, a single question pulled the audience in like a magnet. What if the next Elvis wasn't born in America, but in a small barangay in Cebu? If you're watching this right now, stay till the end, because this story is going to shake your heart, lift your spirit, and remind you why you should like this video and subscribe for more unbelievable real-life journeys. What happens here is the kind of moment people talk about for years. It all began with a 16-year-old kid named Rafael Rafa Montecillo, a shy teen from Cebu who spent most of his days helping his mother run a tiny carinderia and singing to himself in the back kitchen. His father had left when he was 9, leaving behind no promises, just an old radio that only played when you hit the side twice. But every morning at 5 a.m., before the city fully woke up, Rafa would turn that radio on and listen to one voice that never failed to make him smile, Elvis Presley. His mother often teased him, "Anik, you were probably Elvis in your past life." He'd laugh, but deep down, Elvis was the father figure he never had. The music taught him how to dream. But dreams were expensive, and life was not. School fees, piling bills, and his mom's exhaustion meant Rafa kept his dream quiet until one day, a traveling cousin recorded him singing in the carinderia and posted it online. Overnight, the video blew up in Cebu. People commented things like, "Even Elvis would be proud, and this kid needs to be on America's Got Talent." At first, Rafa screamed, "I, wag. Nahihiya ako." But his mother held his face gently and said, "Anik, maybe this is the door God opened." And so, after a series of borrowed peso fundraising boxes around the barangay, an uncle sending money from abroad, and his mother working late nights just to finish payment for airfare, Rafa found himself standing in Los Angeles overwhelmed, terrified, and carrying a suitcase held together by a keychain from Colon Street. Backstage at AGT, he looked out of place among the glittering costumes and polished performers. His shoes were scuffed. His nerves were shaking. His mother squeezed his hand and whispered, "Just sing like you're back at the carinderia." Then his number was called. The stage looked enormous under the bright lights. The judges stared at him, Howie's curious eyes, Heidi's smile, Sophia's warmth, but it was Simon Cowell's raised eyebrow that made Rafa's knees weaken. "Tell us your name," Simon said. "Rafael Montecillo, Pali from Cebu, Philippines." The audience cheered. "And what will you be singing?" Simon asked. Rafa swallowed hard. "An Elvis song, because he's the reason I learned to dream." The music started slow, soft, almost trembling. At first, his voice quivered. He missed a note. A few people in the crowd shifted. Then, Simon raised his hand. Everyone gasped. The music stopped. Rafa froze. Did I mess up? Did I just ruin everything my mother worked for? Simon leaned forward. Rafa, take a deep breath. The auditorium went silent. Simon smiled, genuinely. Now sing it as if Elvis himself is watching. Something inside the boy broke open. His father's absence. His mother's sacrifices. His hometown's prayers. The years of singing alone in the kitchen. All of it rushed through him. And when the music restarted, he opened his mouth. And the voice that came out didn't sound like a scared teenager. It sounded like courage. It sounded like pain transformed into gold. It sounded like Elvis reborn with a Filipino soul. The audience stood within seconds. Heidi covered her mouth. Sophia whispered, "Oh my God." Even the backstage crew stopped moving. When he hit the final note, a deep, rich, tear-shaking finish, the theater erupted. People were crying. People were screaming. Even Simon sat back, stunned, as if he'd witnessed something he couldn't explain. Then Simon did something he rarely does. He stood up. "Rafa," he said, "I judged thousands of singers, and tonight, you reminded me why I fell in love with music." He paused. The crowd waited. "I think even Elvis would be proud of you." Rafa's mother burst into tears backstage. And then, the golden buzzer hit. Confetti rained down. Rafa dropped to his knees. Every dream he ever had collided with reality in one explosive moment. But the story doesn't end there. In the weeks after his audition aired, millions around the world watched his performance. Filipinos everywhere claimed him as their own. Fans sent letters. People in Cebu lined up outside the Carinderia just to support his mother. But what changed Rafa the most wasn't fame. It was hearing from a boy in Mindanao who messaged him. "Kuya, because of you, I'm not afraid to sing anymore." Rafa replied, "Don't stop dreaming. Even if you start small, start." And that's the heart of this whole story. A shy teen with nothing but love for his mother and the echo of Elvis in an old radio proved that greatness doesn't come from where you're born, it comes from how hard you're willing to fight for a voice nobody has heard yet. If you felt inspired by Rafa's journey, if his courage touched your heart, if you believe dreams from small places can reach the biggest stages, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share this story because someone out there needs this reminder right now.